you so much, I promise.
Okay. All right, welcome planning. You have a do now. Your do now is to read your instructions that you have on your desk. And for now, just take a time. We're not gonna do the daily exit ticket, but your instruction is just to read your activity on your desk. We are gonna do a sign-up activity today, 2 of them. One of them is spaghetti meatball, which is an AD partner activity. And the other one to be a whip around activity. And we are going to model and rehearse right here today with your partner. Okay, instead of you guys having to go back in your classroom and do it. Okay. Another thing is Mr. Johnson too? I saw him. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are partners off. I will partner with you. Go ahead and read the instruction and also read the day you are assigned to. You have Thursday too. Thursday. You guys have Friday and you have Wednesday. Let's be fine, Henderson. That's okay. We don't have to work on it right now. We're just reading it anyways. I'll come get it. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we ran out of those.
Oh, I just wanted to like drop down the intro.
Do you want any good chart already, Mendoza?
I just wanna think of how I want it.
Oh, because you can, here, let me go ahead and. So in case you wanna. Use it right there.
Oh, right here. I saw them taking things. With their phones. Like this. And we got the room. Oh, God. They were. So I went to my room and took some things in it.
It's okay. I mean, I'll just hold us so I can speed back and go from there.
So we're looking at Thursday. Let me do this.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Be cool. Just it's normal. Yeah. Okay, all right, we're gonna. That was just us to read, and we were just reading, so we're gonna go ahead and move forward. With the rest of planning. It's okay, Ms. Brown, don't worry about it. It's okay. Really is. Okay. So, This is basically me trying to gradually release, planning to, and having you guys internalize and having you guys mom rehearse during planning versus me just doing the teacher talk, right? That's what they said. So I'm also going to model content and language objectives, which was also suggested by the district to do, especially for our new teachers who still need experience in using the content, language, objective and success criteria in a classroom setting. So technically you guys are my whole group, right? And I'm gonna start a new lesson with y'all. So at the beginning of every whole group, you should ideally go over your content and your language objectives with the students. The success criteria is for you as a teacher. Like that's what you're looking for in a day to make sure your students are successful. Okay, so I'm gonna model that. Okay, our content objective for today is you will unpack a day in our lesson for the week of 9/15. Your language objective. You will talk about a lesson activity with your partner during a spaghetti and meatball activity. You guys are assigned whether you're a spaghetti or a meatball, should be, yeah. Okay, and you will use the words make a 10 and regroup, which is your content vocabulary. So while you are talking to your partner, I'm looking to see if you guys are gonna use some of those words. Your success criteria that you do have posted, that's for you, again. I'm gonna make sure that you guys are able to create an anchor chart to support student learning. I'm gonna make sure you guys are able to show age-appropriate strategies for all learners. And I'm gonna also make sure that you guys can discuss activities that are aligned to this. Anybody have any questions? All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and unpack. We're gonna go ahead and unpack next week. We're gonna start with a silent solo. So many of you guys 10 minutes to do your activity, your task, I'm sorry. So if you're spaghetti, you are creating an anchor chart. You are going to show what a possible exemplar is for your first slide on that day you are assigned to. If you are meatball, you're writing down quality questions and sentence stems. I do have sentence strips, so you can even put on sentence strips and take it with you. If you're creating anchor chart, you can take that with you. And you're also going to show an exemplar for the guided pathway. Okay, so I'm going to give you all some time to do it independently. You can talk to your partner. This is a talking activity too, if you feel like it, or if you need to. And then later on, we're going to talk anyways because we're going to share. This is yours right there.
On the same day, yeah,
Yes, on the same day.
but different thing, yeah.
Yeah. And then the part where you guys do talk will be when you share your task.
Question, I got the sentence, and I'm still working. Okay, and also it's the trick. You can pull up, I'll put up screen, but you can look at the slides, if you can come up here and look at the slides and like rehearse quietly or something, but I will have that up for you. You wanna look at it in a bigger view. And that goes for anyone. If anybody wanna come up here and just look at your stuff in a bigger view, you can. Or they have Friday. To do a number bond for adding without regrouping as well.
for adding with, yeah. So the number one is just to help students with remembering that it's part whole, that they have to add, when you add those two parts to make whole. So yes, if you can use a number bond, even though they're regrouping. Which one were we looking at specifically?
I'm looking at five
Slide.
years.
What's the numbers?
Uh. Finding, adding with regrouping in the ones.
Yeah, I know, what's the story?
Oh, what's the story?
Yeah.
Amanda has.
Okay, so
100, or is it like
85
85 broken down?
Okay, there you go, this is how it looks. Okay, and if you put it in slideshow presentation,
Yeah, but is that what the number one would look like, or is it broken down?
It would be like this, because this is a part of the whole. That's what told me.
Yes. Would you put PPW?
Or just on the side.
Okay.
So,
Well, they should understand, oh, first grade, I think.
we should be.
So we have-
We should, that's good. This is,
I come back.
the visual can all start one over number one.
yeah.
So, and that's the next week, so they should be using the foundation from this week. So whenever you do this number box, that should go like, this is the part, what's my son, or what's my children. And that's when they get the whole, that's your soul. But none of us.
Yeah, so they should be well versed when you tell them, okay, write a number one for me, you know, number one for me. And I will give you guys all the number ones from first grade. So they can, you can finish sheet protectors or something, but I would honestly start making them draw it themselves.
So is this finance, and then obviously the sentence stems up.
Yeah, so the sentence stems would be. Or would you add first?
So would it be the ones that are like the numbers, or would it be like actual, they're writing something down?
You can start off with giving them, actually, you know what, then in second grade, you can have them try to write the whole. Okay,
So for example, would it be like this, so like with mostly
Yeah.
just numbers?
that's. Is that the sentence you're talking about, or are you talking about like 3 ones plus 4 ones equals 7 ones?
Well, that's what my question is, which
Okay.
one is included, the one where they're breaking it down, or the one where it's just like?
For this one, it's actually not all included, they will see it when they get to this day. So for this one, you can just have this as their sentence.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be blank plus blank equals blank. I would leave it blank so they can think about what numbers go there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, should I use a 2-digit number instead of a 1-digit, or just keep it simpler?
Well, this one specifically is having them count on.
Right.
So even though you have, so you will show them how to do this, so you want to encourage them to count on. Because strategy they learn in first grade, it actually is pretty efficient. And they, and when those numbers get bigger, especially in your fourth grade, you're not gonna have time to really go all. So, I would strongly suggest you just have them count on for this specific slide.
No, yeah, no, this is for just the anchor chart, but just, and it doesn't have to be this number either, so that's why I'm asking, should I do a 2-digit number?
Because Blake was
Like, you know, I'll show them.
Oh, okay,
that's what I came. Is he
with 2-digit numbers?
You know,
Probably not, I mean, I would encourage them if they need that, yes.
Yeah,
But you should be doing,
but if
like, you can write it out instead of counting on.
yeah.
It's blank.
I think this is fine. I think
Okay.
then at the bottom of this, maybe I would have this.
That's
Because this is how it looks when you count.
So when they're learning adding without regrouping, they're pretty much expected to count them.
equals.
I would like for them to try that strategy. And then also draw the picture and stuff like that, use makes 10 blocks, but like I said, they're gonna, your goal at the end of the year is that they have an efficient way of trying to use numbers versus just always drawing.
So, yeah, because it's a part of the application, yeah.
Right from that.
Yeah. There's anchor charts over there. Oh, you can share. That's making you markers. Kind of. After figures, how many minutes do you have?
1 more minute.
I give you guys maybe 5, well, you don't have a partner, but I'll give you guys about like 2 minutes to talk to your partner, 2 or 3 minutes to talk to your partner, to see if you guys are aligned. And need to talk about anything else, like as far as probably questions, to share what you. You know?
No, I'm just alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, no, well, you wrote it on your sticky note.
Yeah, I did, so I'm
it's
just,
fine.
I'm just.
You can also just share off on the sticky note if you want. And then this you can keep for yourself.
Okay, I don't know, I'm so confused about the quality questions.
So, for example, here.
If you would suggest doing both
The model and
yeah, it's an expectation.
That's what we start.
So I have a question though.
Yes.
Well, this is great.
On this,
You want them
I'm going to go
to
ahead and
draw this entire box on their notebook.
So I needed to
Just
send Word to
HTTP.
10 minutes. in
So-
sequence. But I don't want to tell them that.
What you had as an intro was 100% fine, but later on when you make another one,
This is
you
based
might
on
wanna have it exactly how
How
you
they
wanna see it on your.
My first number is 485. And I reviewed that, and then we're getting 7 more steps.
Because you're gonna use that word.
So, what do you notice here?
You're gonna make one for.
Where do we start adding?
Okay,
So
So that's
show them.
where do we start adding?
where do we start adding this?
You want place value,
What place value?
not basket, role play. What place value is that?
We start adding ones.
Beautiful. If we look at the ones, I notice that my first number has 5, my second number has 7. What can we go ahead and notice here? But they don't know that
Oh.
vocabulary.
Okay, so
So
you
what
need
you
to,
know
you need to make a 10.
They still don't know that, because you're jumping steps. We can't assume because they don't.
They don't
Some
know
will
that.
recall, but how many ones do we have?
What, 7 and 5 and
7 and 5.
5 is 12, there's 12 ones.
So I will physically write 12 here, but guess what? Now I'm going to go ahead and put them in a group,
In the group.
and this is where you want them. You grab your 5, you put 5, you put them in the circle, and I'm drawing it to the neighbor.
You grab your 5 and then you grab it to.
Yes, I'm over here. So I'm telling them, I'm grabbing those 5. And that's when you give them the vocabulary. Now we're regrouping. What are we doing? We are regrouping. And then I can teach them, we're grabbing them and moving them over to your neighbor. Which one is the neighbor of my wife?
Okay.
Then you have to show them that we are moving. Over. So I grab all these little friends. I'm quickly moving them over here. So they no longer count because I haven't read it else.
Oh, so you have to, yeah, you have to actually physically explain like you take away the 5 and you
But that's the thing, we're not
Oh, here's
taking away.
Okay,
Okay.
there's the
You're
separation.
bringing it to your
Okay,
neighbor.
You
Just
still
say the.
No, I
Yeah,
You're-
but she's skipping the step of.
Oh, that was expected.
We know, but it does look.
Because immediately they were regrouping, they don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Already. Some,
From.
how, yeah, in the chapter opener, they did, but it's the
But I
first
mean,
they were
we're
grouping
grabbing from the ones.
10 units, so that's why I have over here. my system. We regroup blank units in the ones. We regroup, and then we tell them, how many units do we used to regroup? 10 more. They won't forget that,
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
so that I make that into 10. Regroup 10 units in the ones.
6.
And that could be a question, how many units do we need to regroup? A group of 10. A group of how many? So we're 10. And then show them that, and I show them the box.
We're gonna count on.
And then I put this line with this,
63
because they're gonna
is
learn how to separate it.
Four,
So they can finish.
160.
And then over here, now I tell them the numbers. Now I go straight to the algorithm.
And
So,
then
5 and 7 make 12, and I put it 2, and I give the one.
167. I
So
dropped
now
it.
it's
So I time on 4 times.
So we're double checking our work over here. And then, what was my total? Was that right?
192.
And then whoever can go ahead and challenge it other than that, because only for So now I'm creating 2 different numbers. You just gave me the sum, and now if you can write it, back it up.
Mine does.
So
That's why I love this cup
what
so
if we
I know, I thought it's
where you started?
Place
You have
value,
to like
place value,
push it in.
but you know
It's
that.
the outlook, it's just, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, thumbs up if you and your partner have shared a little bit, but now you're gonna do a whip around and everyone finished there anyway. I know you didn't get to share, but you'll have the opportunity right now, Ms. Henderson. Okay, we're gonna start with Wednesday. Wednesday, and then we'll do Thursday, and then we'll do Friday. Alright. And go, and I will share.
Oh,
From here? Yeah.
oh, I wrote the number wrong. Okay, so we have adding without regrouping. And we would have them do both of the images. Right, is that what we're representation, yeah, the representation. The numbers, but also the base 10. And I guess as they're doing it, they can also have their, what is it, the base, yeah, the physical blocks, but also the base value chart. So you have them build, 163 or whatever your number is, and then adding 4 onto that. Right, and then Oh, the number bond, I forgot the number bond, but, having a visual of what the number bond is, how you put part and part and make it a whole. And then, having them count on, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then having them count on as well, so starting with the initial number, and then as they count on, okay, what goes next? 163, then 164 fell, 165, and then also having it on your fingers, I guess, or having someone keep track of how many we're counting, because we're only supposed to be counting 4, because you know, like, they like to count, keep counting, but you have to stop at 4, so all the way until you get done to 167.
That was a really good reminder, because that's what they, especially if they're not really paying attention to what
Yeah,
they're
they
doing.
do that a lot. Well,
You
my
do that.
students.
And you do that a lot, so it'll be 63 plus 164.
165, 167, and then 160. Oh, 66, and then 60. Yeah.
All right, okay, and then for me, I had the guided practice, which is a very similar activity. Okay, so they're working on counting on the day on Wednesday, because that's a skill they learned in first grade, and it's a very efficient, useful skill. So even though we want them to build it and we want them to draw it, I would want them to also be count on to help them act, because it's gonna take them forever to count one all to get to the total. So some of the questions I have is probably questions about how many ones, how many tens, how many hundreds did you use, because they're building that. How do you know that blank plus blank equals blank? Can you visualize blank? So you have story problems next week and you're reading it to them. So ask quality questions that relate to comprehension. So like, can you visualize this? What's happening in the story? What happened first in the story? Then what happened? What happened next? Do we know the ending? We don't know the ending, because the ending is always going to be a question. Did we make a 10? Even though we're not regrouping this day, I still want to ask them, did we make a 10 in one's place? They should say no. They should say no. Exactly. No one should say yes. And if someone says yes, that means they weren't paying attention, or they totally missed the goal. And then, can you count on? They should say yes, especially if the numbers are less than 10 to count on, they should try to count on. And then if they say yes, then you can ask them, well, show me, how do you count on? I want to hear it. That's what. And then your sentence stems are blank plus, blank ones plus blank ones equals blank ones. Blank tens plus blank tens equals blank tens. Blank hundreds plus blank hundred equals blank hundreds.
Oh,
You're next, you're next.
Alright.
You can just carry your quiet, don't worry about it.
Okay. Alright, so mine is still adding with regrouping. So. So I plan to have this laminated, and I like to do things a little interactive, so. This might not have time to get through all of this, but, so let's say I pass around these to the kids. Say I pass around.
Is it still on? Okay, you don't have to be based on blocks.
A base symbol.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and so what I'll do first is I'll read the story problem. So Andrew has 1,063 marbles. Ben has 621 marbles. How many marbles do they have in all? So then we're gonna talk about the key words, it'll be posted here. Okay, so it'll be talking about in all, that's an addition word, and I have an increasing and decreasing, so we'll talk about that being an increasing strategy on my number line, that it's gonna get greater. So I will have my number, my place value chart like this. So I would say, okay, what was the greatest number that you saw? And they would just say thousands. Okay, so how many place values should I have? What should be the greatest place value? It's 1,000. So a kid will have a sticky note and we'll add it. Where does it go? Thousands. Okay, another kid will have another one. What comes next?
And then the person raise your hand, hundreds. What comes next? Cause then when, when they have the problem, if it doesn't, like, let's say this one here, you don't need 1,000. So then I want them to know that you don't need to put your 1,000 on your place value chart, start with your hundreds. So, okay, they'll come up. And then the kids at the table too, they'll be doing theirs on their own paper and adding it as well. Okay, so now the greatest value is 1,000. And so one of the kids will have this one and one of the will have another number. So when we're adding, which number goes first? And they should use that strategy from the first unit, the greater number. Okay, the greater number is gonna go first, and then the least number is gonna go next. Then my kids will help me fill in my anchor chart. Somebody will have it, what goes first? Where do I start? Okay, 1,000, and we'll place it on there as we go. And then once we have it here, I'll tell them, okay, now I've set up my algorithm. As I do my first, I wanna write my number. And I didn't write it on here because I'm gonna eliminate it and reuse it over and over again. You can have these blank and fill it in each week. If it's a number that only goes to hundreds, then we're not gonna have anything in this place value. And then the anchor chart here, the algorithm will go here. So that's pretty much it, and they will have their manipulatives to manipulate it together at their tables. And eventually I want to get them away from having the picture at the top, so they can use that strategy of counting on. So let's say it's 1,063, they wouldn't draw this top number. So it'll be a 3, and they'll count on, so 3 is in your head, and we only have the picture for 1. So that'll be 4. 6 and then 2. Counting on strategy. So this is the first beginning and all that, so.
And in first grade, the way they used to do it, they would literally go 7, okay, let's say 7 plus 2. We go 7 in their head and they're literally smacking their heads.
Yeah. Sound like
7 in their head, 8, 9. Okay, that's how they were kind of showed how to do it. Alright, thank you, Ms. Anderson, that's
You're
awesome.
welcome.
So they're building the whole thing.
They're building the whole thing because also, like, I don't know, it helps them also to like look at this. So this one has 2 6s for them to know that this is 6 10s.
Yeah.
So this is not gonna represent 600, it'll be it'll go here.
Yes, I love that.
So,
You said it was gonna be real base 10 blocks, but you have it drawn. Are you actually gonna keep it drawn, or they're gonna
No.
go there and tape their base 10 block?
no, for this anchor chart, yeah, I'll have it like that, drawn,
Okay,
drawn, and then, cause it shows them how they should draw it
Yes,
on
I
there.
I love it. That's the true definition of an interactive anchor.
Then all
They
the
do
students
want
will get
that.
something,
Yeah.
basically.
No, yeah, not all of them will get something, but then I'll be like, talk to your elbow partner
Yeah.
and discuss, what do you have? Okay, if you look at this, what does it look like? What is it, 600s? So it would be this 6, cause that's in the tens place. It still just reinforces
Yeah.
that strategy of where the place value goes, because when they get to those numbers like 7, they need to know that's ones. They need to know in the ones place and not in the hundreds.
That is amazing. I really like that. Really great. Okay.
For us, on Friday will be the first day that we're doing, grouping in the one. We're going to go ahead and be using this problem of Amanda has 485 stamps. Since I'm using this problem, I'm a writer. And I usually make my kids write. I have a handout from last year where I have the outline of the base and block algorithm. So they can go ahead and use their whiteboard as they're working on it. Since this is the first day we're regrouping, I would recommend to go ahead and give them base 10 blocks so they can go ahead and see it and practice drawing it. For that reason, I didn't include the number one since it's the first day and I don't want to overwhelm them with so much stuff. But ideally, this is base 10 blocks. We build our first number because we're talking about stamps. We have 485. And then I explained to them that underneath the line, we should have the second number. And then we're going to go ahead and start adding. From there, where do we start adding from?
Ones place.
The ones place. Beautiful. How many ones do we have in the first number?
5.
Five
Five.
ones.
How many ones do we have in our second number?
Seven.
7. What do we notice about all these ones? What total is it? Give us.
I'm gonna count.
Okay.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 ones.
Beautiful. We have 12 ones. Go ahead and connect all your ones together. Then connect them. Is it more than one base 10 block?
Yeah.
Yes. So what we're going to go ahead and do is that we're going to go ahead and group them. Group all the 10 units and then you show them physically. And I'm going to go ahead and move them over to my neighbor, which is 10s. And we're moving them to the
Yeah, yes.
right? So that means over here, we regroup how many units? 10. We made a group of how many units? 10. And they're going to go ahead and need that repetition because they're going to forget that our number to regroup is 10. Then we regroup them and I'll go ahead and draw it so they can see it. And then I can go ahead and just count my hundreds and write my numbers. I'll put a wiggly number because sometimes whenever they draw it, they get my line because they get confused.
Yeah.
And the algorithm, I'll just simply go ahead and walk them with the numbers. My first number was 485, my second number is 7. We said 8 plus 7 is going to be how much? 12. And what's my vocabulary word for today? Regroup. We're going to go ahead and be regroup. That means my 1, I'm going to go ahead and put it all the way in the top. I'm going to go ahead and circle it or put a plus sign so we don't forget. From there, 7 plus 1 is going to be, I'm sorry, 8 plus 1 is going to be
8, 10.
9.
What?
I was talking about 10.
10,
8 plus 1 is going to be 9. And that's how we add our regrouping, the 10s and our 100s. In the very end, the sum is, we went ahead and checked this answer and it matches our base 10 blocks. The sum is, and then for the people who are able to go ahead and do more, because blank of your first number plus blank equals blank. And that lets them know they have the option to keep doing the red or they just want to keep with one side instead.
That's awesome. How do you teach some like the vocabulary?
Some, since if we're adding, we have our plus sign, that means we're looking for a total. That's going to be the sum.
You can also reference the number one.
Yeah.
The sum is the whole.
And then you always tell them, like, show them the hand movement. Now you're bringing it all together
Together.
because you need it for bar models later on.
No, I just had, what do you notice in the ones place? What place value do we start adding? So I would just tell them in the ones place, you start adding. And then I have Amanda has blank stands all together because we're talking about a sum, so it's all together. And the sum is blank because, and then blank plus blank.
Raymond, what I would like, from adding, I would have an anchor chart with keywords, like
Keywords,
in
sum.
all, some, all
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 together.
together, yeah.
To look for in those word problems.
Don't put more though.
Yeah, because that,
Because
yeah,
then they'll confuse them with more or greater.
When it comes to subtraction.
yeah. How many more does this one have that's
So,
subtract?
no, finally
Wait,
getting
just
that
like a
water.
single anchor chart with the vocabulary?
And then as you're reading these word problems, add it on, so like, yeah,
Don't you have it as a circle now?
yep. So addition in the middle, like gives, if someone gives, add that word. So you know, we just get to those.
I can tell that to you in a little bit.
In time.
Oh,
Okay, well, let me know if you guys need anything else. Thank you for modeling.
yeah, you know,
I'm sorry,
thank you.
it was a water.
What happened?
This boy doesn't want to do anything.
Oh, I thought.
But he goes to, but he doesn't, nothing, not even.
Oh, wow.
We met with bodies. I'm sorry, it wasn't an emergency.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's an emergency.
No, it is, yeah. I totally understand. Real quick, you mind?
Very other.
Alright, thank you.
Very helpful. Thank you.
I just wanted to touch base real quick. Do you have your data, you're okay with your data? You were able to put it in?
Yeah, I was putting in the, a lot of them were close to passing, but a lot of them did not.
Okay, cool. Okay, I just wanna know if you needed help with that stuff. You were okay with that? Okay. Do you need any resources for this activity next week?
I probably more, like, I wanna make them more interactive, so like sticky notes.
You need more
and,
sticky
like,
notes?
And sentence stems, because I wanna work with them with the sentence stem.
Okay, and I noticed you put the question on here, you don't have to put the question on here, you'll be asking the question, so this is the.
Oh.
But it's fine, it's 100% fine if you have it that way.
Okay.
But I'm just letting you know, because we don't have too many of this either, just save this for sentence stems, and then the quality questions will come from you. Okay, do you have anchor chart?
A paper, yeah.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me know if you need anything else, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and I haven't been around to come to mall or anything, that's been kind of crazy. I know I said I was gonna come this week, but I couldn't, actually, you know what? I probably can come this week, for tomorrow. What time is your
Tomorrow is
math?
fine, tomorrow I have math in the afternoon.
Okay, what time is it?
Wait. Tomorrow's an 8A, right?
I think so.
So I have RLA in the morning and math in the afternoon.
Okay, I think I can probably make that,
Yeah,
and you.
I'm leaving at early, I'm leaving at 11:40.
Yeah, you have a half day today, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, oh yeah, that's good, okay. Right, and then next week, I can definitely keep a model or co-teach with you for regrouping,
Regrouping,
you want
yes.
the regrouping one?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Thank you.
Friday next week, I can do that
Thank you.
too. You're welcome.
That takes off because like, I've been wondering, oh, we're doing this thing, right?
Yeah,
Ms. Bettercourt came in my room, so I don't have to like repeat myself. She said if I do this, the students are putting their hands on their head, so like a hands on top, but instead of me saying it,
okay, did she buy that for you? What'd she?
I don't know, but I like it.
She gave it to you?
Yeah, she gave it to me because I like it because it's better
Does it
than
work?
me raising my voice, it's better than me doing hands on top, it's
Yeah.
better than me. So they all put their hands on top, and if they do it, they get goldfish, or if they do it, they get like a point or a JoJo point.
Yeah. And so that works for you?
Yes.
Okay, that's working,
That's
awesome.
working better than staying hands on top and raising my voice and telling them to be quiet and telling them they're too loud. I just
Yeah.
click it and say, hey, repeat.
Yes, perfect, yeah, I use the chime in my classroom.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.